And we're back. Okay, just one quick note on the previous one. I was just thinking about this afterwards. I've been having a good hard look around the map for about the last 20 minutes. I could have actually destroyed that carbon dioxide if I had just deconstructed these two tiles and diagonally built a tile in there. That would have been so much smarter to do that. So much smarter. Then I wouldn't have had to go through all that effort of vacuuming it out. Now, in this playthrough, I have a lot of things I want to do. I've been looking around and there's several things that need doing. First, I want to actually finish off my power grid right now. Um, Once I throw in a couple of more petroleum generators, I can now actually, well, maximize how much power I can output. So I can get that up to 10 kilowatts if needs be. It just gives me that little bit of extra power I can draw on if I need it. Actually, I'm going to want to extend the automation wires as well. Automation wires will go back to actually gold. We got plenty of gold. So that'll allow us to have an average draw, well, a max draw of 10 kilowatts just generated from the petroleum generators alone. Actually, while I'm in here, I am going to finish off this power. We're going to get in a couple of natural gas generators here as well. Ooh, that's perfect fit. Heavy watt wire. There we go. That should give us plenty of stable, reliable power. Now, the first project on the agenda is going to be building a battery box. The reason I want a battery box is I basically want to even out the flow on my power. Currently, I can kick out 10 kilowatts stably. This is what this petroleum boiler can support. So I've got 10 kilowatts of power to play around with. And if I go full sustainable when I tap into these oil reservoirs, I can have a sustainable 6.6 kilowatts. I've got so much power now, I really don't care. So I want to even out the flow, and to do that, we need a lot of batteries. Six, six smart batteries, not really enough. So I'm going to throw together a big battery bank right over here somewhere. We're going to make it out of insulated tiles. We're going to go with igneous rock. Uh, no, we don't want to get in the way of that plant. I want to keep the plants alive. So we'll say here. Yeah, let's actually pause this for a second. So I'm going to want to make a liquid lock to get in here. Um, hmm, yeah, something along those lines. Okay, and we can deconstruct all these ladder segments. Actually, I'm going to go all the way along. Now, how we're going to make a battery box is we're going to have to give it a cooling solution. Batteries give off a bit of heat. Not a huge amount, to be honest, but enough that it is concerning. Smart batteries here, which is what we're going to be using, they give off 500 TTUs, half a unit of heat, as I like to call it. A wheezewort, which we're going to stick one in the middle, can eat, assuming it's in hydrogen, it can eat 12 units of heat. So we could support 24 batteries in here, but we're going to go with 23. I don't like to put in too many. If I put in exactly as many as the wheezewort can support, I don't know if there's some weird quirk of the math that's going to make the game go, well, you think that's going to work, but no, it's not. We're going to slowly drain your power over X amount of time and it's all going to go to hell. Now, oh, great. You've trapped yourself over there. Have you digged it? Actually, no, you got a ladder. You're fine. So we need 24 batteries. Well, 23. We will go with actually iron or gold. How much iron do I have? Ooh, my iron's gone up. Let's check on a couple of oil refineries right about now. Or iron mines. We'll go with you forever. Get rid of you. Turn you on. You already on iron? Yeah, you can be turned on as well. So while that's going on, we'll get some reserve iron for later in the game. Now, gold. Yeah, we'll stick with. Actually, no, I'm going to go with iron. I have plans for that gold. 2, 3, 4. Hmm. 1 second. Okay, that's 11. We want 12 along here. Now, some people will say this is a waste of electricity. No, it's not. Um, if we look up on the power consumption rates of these batteries, it's the waste, as in the power runoff here, is minuscule. I think I worked it out. About 15 of them is equal to one 10-watt light bulb, We're putting in 24, so what? We're losing 15 watts, a light bulb and a half. I spent more than that on my freaking bristleberries at one point. I think we can live. That's 4. How are we going to do this over here? Actually, we'll do that right about there. Put in a couple ladder segments. Okay, so we got 12 on the bottom. I'm going to go one shy on the top. Who made a mess and where are you? Brains dug. How? Oh, I've somehow trapped you up there. Okay, we'll put a ladder system right there. We'll make that priority. Make that priority 9. Let's just go mental. Oh, I just realized where am I going to stick that plant? Oops. Yeah, that could be. That could be a problem. Oh. 1 second. Let me have a think about this. Okay, I got a plan. I'll just rip out this battery. I'll stick in a plant here and put a ladder so that people can get up and down, and then I'll squeeze in the extra battery over on this side. There we go. Furniture. Yep, can never find those flower pots. Make you out of igneous rock. No need to get fancy. We're going to need some crude oil in there sometime soon. And you are going to need to be... Oh, yeah, I don't have any wart seeds. Yeah, I think I've only got 3 of these so far, but there's one down here somewhere. Yes, there you are. You are coming with me. Yeah, I've been a little bit unlucky on the coal biomes. I haven't really found many as of yet. Kind of annoying. But I'm sure it'll all work out. Now, you can go. Plant goes in there, and we're going to have to wall the sucker in. Ooh, I'm also going to put in ventilation. I need to fill this place with hydrogen. Reason being, when it comes to wheezeworts, they need to be in hydrogen. If they're not in hydrogen, yeah, you're not going to get anything out of them. Well, they'll get much weaker. How can I explain this? They won't provide as much cooling. Their cooling is based on the gas they're in. So if they're in a really bad gas for thermal conductivity, for example, oxygen here, thermal conductivity, or yeah, specific heat capacity, 1.005. That's terrible. You put it in hydrogen, however, hydrogen has a much better heat capacity. Specific heat capacity. Wait, why is that going? Oh yes, sorry, game's moving. Specific heat capacity 2.4, so it provides much more cooling when it's in hydrogen because it will cool the hydrogen by 1 kilo of hydrogen by 5 degrees or 1 kilo of oxygen, and since hydrogen has more potential cooling, you're better off. Now, also to work with that, we're going to need a gas shutoff. I want to automate this. You need at least 2.2 kilos. Anything less than 2.2 kilos, they won't provide that as much cooling. Basically, they only consume 1 kilo, but, well, they only take in 1 kilo and spit it out, but they need to be in at least 2 kilos to get the full effect. As in, if they're in 1 kilo, they'll only consume about 500 grams a second. A little bit less, actually, which is why you need to crank them up to 2.2. Now, we are going to have to figure out where that gas pipe goes, but in a minute, I'm also going to need power for this sucker because that is going to go on and off. Actually, we're going to be right beside the power. For power, actually, we'll put in a little shunt there. We'll use some iron ore to hook that up. But then from here on out, we're going to be using heavy conductive wire made of gold. This is what we're going to use exclusively for power outside of here. Now, actually, I think I'll come in from the bottom. Yeah, it's actually a better idea. Yeah, right about there. And then for power up here, I will just run up the middle. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, now this stuff has a pretty bad decor malice, so what we want to do is stick in a few statues. Now, the reason we're making it out of heavy conductive wire, which requires refined metals, is it has a much less of a decor malice than the iron variant. Iron, if you make this out of heavy watt wire, this stuff over here, where is it? Yeah, this heavy watt wire over here. Oh my god, it's like minus 300 decor. If you've got one straight line of it, a dupe standing in the middle will be getting minus 300 decor. With heavy conductive wire made out of gold, it works out at about minus 90 for one straight line, which is a huge difference. It's absolutely amazingly different. Now, I have the refinement capabilities to just spam all of this. So I'm quite happy just going to spam a whole lot of heavy conductive wire for most of my power grid. It just makes it easier to deal with the decor negatives. I don't have to hide it in a maintenance corridor. I just spam a bunch of statues beside it and we're good to go. Okay, that should hook all of that up. Ooh, automation wire. Yeah, I don't want these batteries giving off that annoying. Whoop, nope. I don't want the batteries giving off that annoying symbol. This actually does no benefit to me. It's just that red flashing symbol goes away. Now, while that's all going along, I'm going to need power up here. Ironically, I've got lots of power nearby, but I don't want to be chucking a big heavy watt joint plate in here. Let's just go with. Actually, we only need this to fill. That's all we need it for. So I'm just going to run a. Like, you never do that. You never ever hook up a different type of wire to a 20 kilowatt wire to a 2 kilowatt wire. But I'm not going to be drawing any power out of this until after it's filled with gas. Actually, to make sure of that, let's just disconnect one of these segments. I don't want to be dumping any power in here just yet. Otherwise, we'll draw from it and it'll cause nastiness on the wire and I might get overloads. Oh, actually, no, I am going to have to charge the batteries though, aren't I? Damn it. You know what? We'll hook it up for now and then I'll disconnect it before I start running it. Cancel U. Actually, just cancel the U. Perfect. Now, I need to get that wheezewort in here. Please tell me they've harvested it already. Yes, they have. Okay, we'll plant that sucker in there. Now I got to hook up the hydrogen. Ventilation time. Now, where did I put that hydrogen pipe? I put it way the hell over there. You know what? That's doable. Yeah, we'll just break a grass bridge off here. Actually, no, down a bit. Don't want to cut through that plant. Now, I need some way of recirculating the gas, don't I? Let's grab a gas pump. Gas will come out this direction. Ooh, should I vacuum this whole area out first is the question. Ooh, I really should have thought this through a bit better. Okay, I should probably vacuum it out first, get rid of all the oxygen, finish the liquid lock. How close was our liquid lock to finishing? Not close enough. Yeah, I'm going to vacuum this place out. So in that case, I'm going to want to deconstruct a couple of batteries. Actually, no, we'll cancel you. We'll take out this one, and we'll take out this one. And I think I just cancelled a wire there. Automation? Probably automation. Oh, yeah, I'll stick in 3 fans or 3 gas pumps, and then we'll just get rid of all the gas that's in there. Okay, we'll just skip forward in time here until they're just about ready to start up on this. We've got all these suckers pumping at the gas, well, except that one. I still have made a minor mistake though. I won't be able to fit the battery in there. If I put in a floor there, my dupes won't be able to get in and out. I am going to be sealing this off, but one battery short, I can live with that. It's fine. There's a lot of things I can live with in this game, it seems. But just so long as we get this up and running, I want a nice stable battery bank to depend upon, though I might have to run the generators for a little bit just to actually kick it in. Wow. It's kind of impressive seeing 10 kilowatts of power being generated just when it spikes on for a wee bit. It really does charge the batteries quite heavily. But once this is all vacuumed out, I'll cut back in and then we can actually go about dumping gas in here. While all that construction is going on, I've decided, well, while the gas is being pumped out, I've said I'm going to have to find another wheezewort. I want to make a plug socket, as in a bunch of transformers stuck inside a similar box to the battery box with a wheezewort in it, and then I sort of use that to spread out power. It just gives you a distributed power area where you can distribute the power out into nice little 2 kilowatt wires, and you don't have to worry about cooling for it. If you just dump transformers all over the place, you're going to end up with problems. So hopefully there's a wheezewort. There you go. That's what we're looking for. That should give me what I need to actually do one of those up. That'll bring us up to 5 wheezworts, I think. 3, 5, whatever. Close enough. That should get us enough wheezworts. And as you can see, our oxygen tank, well, our polluted water tank that's basically powering our self-powered oxygen maker, absolutely jammed full of oxygen. We have no problems on that front. So we've got oxygen sorted, we've got power sorted. Well, when I say oxygen sorted, bear all this in mind. There was actually a good question by Little King. He was LTL King. He was asking, he said the reason he wanted to see every brick laid was he wanted to know when to do what and in what order. Looking up a build is easy, but actually knowing when to do it and why you should do it, that's a little bit more difficult. So I'll spend a little time at some point going through why I do what I do and when I do it, but it's namely to do with trying to get to sustainability as quickly as possible. Now I am going to wall these in here. The reason I'm walling them in, I want to strip mine this from the outside without actually letting any nasty gases in. There's still a bit of slime lung out here. Actually, it's not that bad. Oh, only over here. Huh. Huh. But yeah, I'm going to strip mine that area out at the back, and then I can expand my base from the inside out, or from the outside in, whatever way you want to think about it. But if it came to the start of the game and I did not have that slush geyser providing me all that clean water for my self-powered oxygen maker, what I would have done is I would have created, the moment I got out of my base, before I went to the oil biome, I would have created a water tank like this, and I would have filled it full of polluted water by strip mining out the slime biomes. In fact, it's probably a better example is to look at this polluted water tank down here. This is all polluted water we got from dismantling slime biomes. I would have plugged that into the self-powered oxygen makers, and I would have used this to provide most of my oxygen in the early game. Then the moment I cracked oil and built my industrial brick, the very first thing on the agenda would have been to tame the steam geysers. The moment I tamed the steam geysers, I've got renewable water, and that renewable water I would have thrown directly into my self-powered oxygen makers to give myself oxygen for the rest of the game. However, the slush geyser changed things around, and I'm able to skip a few steps. I'm still way behind on getting those cool steam vents up and running, but there's no rush, it seems. Now, how are we looking in here? Oh, actually, I forgot I'm pulling out all the atmosphere in here. This is going to cause these batteries to overheat. I might want to get this all ready to be hooked up and plugged in as soon as possible. Uh, yeah, back to you in a minute. Okay, I decided to just run the power wire all the way from an old coal array over here. This old coal array, I think I use that for filtering the water I put into these steam turbines. I really am lazy about deleting these things, but I'm going to plug that one into the actual power switch over here. It might actually be faster just to build a couple of coal generators beside this. But it's the power source I had on hand. Now, have we actually made a vacuum in here? Yes, that is now a vacuum. Perfect. In that case, we can start stripping out all this stuff. Let's check the temperature. Yep, complete vacuum. Oh, and a couple of Drecos got in. How unexpected. I'll deconstruct you, and you. Also, get rid of that high pressure vent. Once that's all ripped out, we'll start dumping in the hydrogen. Now, what have I set this to? 3 kilos. Actually, we'll say if you're above 3 kilos. We're going to turn that off until we've got those gas pumps out. I don't want these things accidentally dumping out a bunch of gas and dumping hydrogen out here. It'd be a waste of hydrogen. And we'll make those a higher priority. Let's make you priority 6. Yep, thank you, Dig Dig 2. Thank you, Draco 1. Perfect. I'm going to dump in about 3 kilos of hydrogen here per tile. Shouldn't take that long. Oh. Yeah, saves are getting a lot slower. Yeah, I'm going to leave that piping in just there for now in case I've made some horrible mistake. Okay, that's all connected. That's all connected. The only thing we're missing is power for the switch. Oh, great. While that's going on, these batteries are slowly generating heat. Ooh, 65 degrees. Come on, dupes. Okay, and now the hydrogen starts coming in. All right, so Once the hydrogen gets in there, the wheeze board can start cooling it down, and we can make sure none of these batteries overheat. How's your temperature looking? You're plummeting rapidly. That's what we like to see. Once that's hit the correct temperature, that will shut off automatically, or the correct pressure. I've set it at 3 kilos. So once the whole room is completely 3 kilos, that will shut off. And we'll just add in the last of the batteries that I cut out. I can't place one there, and I'm going to deconstruct some of these power wires that I don't need. No point wasting them. Hey, why are you not deconstructing? Yeah, there we go. That will not let me deconstruct that. Hey, deconstruct. For some reason, it won't let me deconstruct that wire in the middle. I know this game still has a few quirks to it. Okay, so next up, now that that's all started, we're going to cut into, oh, actually, I want to charge those fully. To charge those fully, we're just going to do a little trick down here. We're going to make the petroleum generators go a little bit crazy. Active at 50, standby at 65. Let's just remember that and crank it all the way up to 100. That should cause the petroleum generators to go nuts, and that should cause the smart batteries up here to start charging rapidly. Why is that one on the end not charging? Heavy conductive wire. Oh, okay, that would make an awful lot of sense. Okay, we'll finish that off. How are these batteries looking? Yeah, you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that, but that battery is going a little bit mental there. But we're getting what we want. Now, where is that water coming from? I really have to find out. Is something leaking in here? Nothing in here should be generating clean water. Nothing should be boiling. You know what? Don't care. Oh, how are we looking? We're looking fully charged. Okay, so this was 5065. Okay, now we've got our battery bank fully charged. The whole thing, well, except for that last one on the end. I'm not going to care about that. That will get fixed at some point in the future. For gas pipes, I did forget to actually finish these off, didn't I? There we go. Natural gas pipes. Oh, no, I want to use insulated gas pipe for you. And we're going to make you out of ceramic. It's just the natural gas usually comes in quite hot, and I don't want that hot natural gas heating up this area. Another thing I want to do is I want to bring in the carbon dioxide from over here. I've been meaning to do this for a while as well. Insulated gas pipe, ceramic. Yeah, we'll grab it in a bridge. Okay, that'll just pull the carbon dioxide from here and dump it in there, and then I can start deleting these old pipes out here. These pipes, they've served me well. It's just it's a shorter run this direction, so why not just cut down on the unnecessary piping? Yeah, that was from Kevin in the comments a few videos back. I just haven't gotten around to it. Now, how are we doing up here? Pressure, just about perfect. 3 kilos all the way across the board. Actually, that's 2.7. Doesn't matter. How is this looking? Sometimes this will give you a little respiration thing. It'll tell you how many grams per second it's processing. Unfortunately, it's not doing that. Maybe a reload will fix it. Sometimes when you put it in a vacuum or different gases, it has that problem. So next thing to do is deconstruct this. Once that's shut off, I'll reverse the flow and send that hydrogen back. Actually, no, we've used all the hydrogen again, just on one room. I might, yeah, I'll put together the transformer brick now. I just won't finish it. I won't because I just literally do not have the hydrogen for it. With this though, what I'm going to do is, oh, will I leave the Dreco in there? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna leave the Dreco in there. I don't care. They keep getting everywhere anyway. I'm gonna seal this sucker in there. Now, the reason being, there's not enough heat generated in here to completely counteract the wheeze wart. So slowly over time, this is going to cause all the gas in here to get to like minus 60. I think that's the minus 60 is the minimum operating temperature of the wheeze wart. So everything in here will eventually go to minus 60. And if I don't seal this off, it's going to freeze the crude oil. And if it freezes the crude oil, then I can't service this part. But if I deconstruct that and reconstruct it when I'm going in and out, should be fairly easy. Oh, I didn't sweep it out first though, did I? Okay, we'll deconstruct you and we'll sweep the place out before I lock it up. Give you there. Yeah, I really got to leave myself more space. I think I'm going to have to replace a whole bunch of ladder segments with tiles just so I can start using them correctly. Move into storage. Now, I don't really care if that Dreco dies in there and drops some rotten meat. Pressure in here is above 2 kilos, and rotten meat can't off-gas in anything above 2 kilos, so it doesn't really matter what happens in there. It can live a quite happy life until it goes to minus 60 and it freezes to death. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's your basic power brick or your battery brick. Does a perfect job. It helps even out the flow. Right now I've got, well, more power than I'm ever going to need for a long time, hopefully. Let's make sure there's no damage in here. Yep. This is effectively my reserve power. This is all the excess I'm not burning right now. It just slides along here and dumps into this tank. I'm going to have to put in a system to prevent it from overflowing, but I think we've got some time to work on some other projects before we get around to that. It should just be a little automation, and I'll put in some automated burning on the petroleum generators, and I'll probably slow down the flow through here to about 6.6 kilos with a little bit of an overflow. But until that point, we can survive quite happily on the amount of power we're getting, and this will help even out the flow for us quite nicely. So next up, we're going to put in, oh yes, a plug socket. Now for that, I was thinking I'd put it over here. This is a well, perfect situation for a plug socket. We've already got one set of insulated tiles on one side, and it's going to be very similar to the other one. But I will have to sweep all that junk out of there. Yeah. Now, where's power? Now we're looking at large transformers. We're going to make them out of gold. The reason we want to make them out of gold is they have a good overheat temperature, just in case it does get hot in there. It shouldn't, but 1, 2, 3. Now, each one of these gives off 1 unit of heat, so we can hold 12, so we want a maximum of 6. We're going to have to deconstruct you. So we're going to want 6 per floor, and 5 on one of them, so that goes there. Yep, and I'll put the Wheezewort right there. Okay, before I do that, I want to downgrade the sweep over here. You can go back to being a 1. I just don't want my dupes running all the way over there to sweep things, because there's probably going to be a lot of junk here. Move debris into storage. Get rid of all that gunk for me. And I need to get my hands on another Wheezewort. Did I finish the digging project over here? Did I? Did I? Nope, because I was silly. Okay, I couldn't actually get in there. There wasn't enough space. And we'll finish that ladder segment because incompleteness would bug me. So we'll dig that sucker out. That will give us the Wheezewort we need for our last little power project. Well, our last power project for now. Wait a minute. Did I? Oh, there's more. Oh, this goes up further. Holy crud. And there's another anti-entropy nullifier there. Oh, quick note, if you turn on the gas pipe overlay, you can see the gas pipe for the anti-entropy nullifier. Handy way to make sure they're definitely there. Oh, I was able to see the corner of this and I thought this just sealed off. I thought it was just another little nugget cold biome. Oh, it turns out there was way more up there. And another anti-entropy nullifier. Ah, and another Wheezewort or two. You know what? Never mind. Okay. That would have been nice to know. That's what you get for making assumptions. All right. Never mind. Never mind. We'll go back here and we'll get back to this project at hand. Plant you there. Oh, did they fill those already? Yes, they filled them already. All right. Put in a liquid lock. Nope. That is incorrect positioning, Francis. And deconstruct. Actually, we're going to deconstruct all of you. I've been burning through that gold amalgam pretty hard. Let's see. We'll start there. Now, you don't really need to use mesh tiles here. I just like to let the hydrogen circulate quite easily. Someone was telling me in the comments of one of the videos that they built one of these and they just used mafic rock here instead, and it worked just fine. I mean, the hydrogen can flow through this area, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I just prefer to use mesh tiles. It was what I originally used, and I don't want to, well, try something and find that it breaks mid playthrough. I usually prefer to test that for, save that for debug mode or debug mode testing. You can go down here. Yeah, well, actually, leave this open on the ends for now. Yeah, there we go. This is basically exact same as the other one, except we're just putting transformers in it. Doop, doop, doop. Nice. Now, I am going to have to run a big nasty cable all the way over here with power. So I'd like to run that now before I actually fill that with liquid. And how am I going to do that? I'm pretty sure I can demolish this now. Yeah, this was actually just, yeah, that's the one I ran the entire power cable over there just to feed that off switch. We'll deconstruct all of that. Yeah, I still can't deconstruct that power thing. You know, I'll come back after a reload and I'll fix that. And we'll deconstruct all of this. Yep, all you can go. You can all go. Also gone. Still gone. More gone. Yeah, that's one of the handy things about dealing with these bridges. If you just go straight under a bridge like that, it won't actually deconstruct the bridge. It's actually quite intuitive in a way. But if I went across this direction, left to right here, it would deconstruct that bridge there. Yeah, it's just a handy little note for when you're dealing with those things. We're going to deconstruct everything there. We don't need you anymore. And I'm going to run a power cable probably out of here, though I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get that out of there yet. Let's go with heavy conductive joint plate to start. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just worried that if I put that in there, I might let gas get in or out. You know what? I'll take the risk. Heavy wire. Oh, nope. Heavy conductive wire. And we'll just run that straight across. Actually, I'll keep running straight across. And there we go. And next up, Ooh, I want to seal that in so I can. Nope. I only need. Each one of these produces 1 unit of heat. I need 5 in. I want 11 in here. So 6 on the bottom, 5 on the top. That way it gives me a little bit of leeway. 1, 2, 3. You can go. Ooh, how am I going to do this? Yep. Can't go through the floors. Never mind. We'll go this way. Perfect. And actually, we won't hook you up just yet. And we're also going to want to put in a couple of power bricks here. Before I fill this with crude oil. Ah, no, no. Okay, fine. We can work around that. You can't, when it comes to heavy watt joint plates, you can place them, heavy conductor joint plates, you can place them almost anywhere, but the ends of it, the bits on the left and right of center, they can't end on one of those plug socket symbols. So I couldn't have it end there. For example, I can't place one there, but I can place one right here if I want. I can place one right there if I want. Anywhere along here except where the plug socket symbols are. So I'm just going to have to do a little bit of shimmying here to get this to work. There we go. It's not pretty, but that should allow us to get the power in there that we need. And I've disconnected it for the time being because the moment I start dumping power into those, they're going to start generating heat. And until I get the hydrogen in, I don't want to do that. Which reminds me, high pressure gas vent, automation sensor, automation wire. Yeah, this is the power of the industrial brick actually. I don't really care how much of refined metals I'm using. I'm basically spitting out so much refined metals I can do whatever I want, build whatever I want. And you can just start building things whatever way you want and you don't have to worry about do I have enough of this, that, or the other. I mean, we have 44 tons of steel. We could totally go to space right now, but I don't want to. I want to make sure everything's solid and we have a very good foundation where I don't have to come back. For example, food, absolutely rock solid right now. Our calories just keep going up. Every time we keep expanding into new biomes, we keep getting access to wild food, which is supplementing our food supply. The omelets basically cover it. So we found about 176,000 calories of wild food out there, roughly give or take. which is why we haven't been having any problems with food. Oh, skill points earned. Oh, 56. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, I'll sort this out in a bit. I just want to finish off this project first. Once I get that project done, we can worry about those. Plumbing, bottle emptiers. How are we looking? Oh, I'm also going to want to wire up the out power. And for this, we're probably going to use more iron actually. Iron this time because I'm running stuff. Uh, Conductive wire bridges will make you out of iron. Yep, so you go there, you go there. You can't actually place these there on top of the plug sockets. They have the same quirk. You can't actually place a plug socket on top of another plug socket type of thing. Hey, let me place that. Okay, don't let me place that. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna pop these out any which direction. I basically need them touching the walls. So the moment they're touching the walls, I can explain this. If they're touching the walls here, then from the outside of this box, I can just run the wires off. So a few down here. Okay, is that everything? Oh, yeah, except those two. No, one I should say. Ah, weird, it wouldn't let me place that before. Maybe it needed a cable. Oh yeah, so once those are all placed, that's all 6 of them up and running. All we gotta do now is vacuum this sucker out. Now, I'm not going to be in a rush to do this, so I'm just going to use a single gas pump for this. Namely because we don't have enough hydrogen to fill this right now, even if we wanted to. And I probably should have left one of those ghetto coal generators around so I could plug it in. Who have we got for ghetto power generation right now? You. What's down the draw on you? 370. Yeah, you got plenty of spare power to run this little ghetto setup over here. Actually, yeah, actually no, I'm still going to run it from ghetto for now. I theoretically could just use one of the transformers, connect this up and use power from one of the transformers to run it, but I don't want to do that just yet. As I'm draining out the atmosphere, it's going to, well, it's going to generate heat. The transformers are going to be generating heat, and I don't want that heat to be, well, it potentially, if I'm draining the gas down enough, then the heat's going to actually cause them to start overheating, which would be bad. So I don't want to plug them all in just yet. Not until I've got the actual hydrogen in there and the Wheezewort to cool everything down. Ah, here we are. This says it's consuming vacuum. This thing is a bit wonky, but what this should be saying is consuming 1,000 grams of oxygen because the oxygen pressure in here is above 2.2 kilos. Normally, once you get the hydrogen in there, it'd say the same thing, but they're a little bit wonky sometimes. Nothing really much you can do about it. Now, for in here, we're going to want crude oil up to level 6. Copy that settings across. Oh, enable auto bottle. Right. Now, what are we missing? Okay, so vacuum it out. Fill that up, vacuum it out. Actually, we're going to make you very high priority for now. I've just realized I've got this vacuum pump set to come on, but I actually haven't got a liquid lock here in place to stop it, the rest of the gases escaping. We're just going to be recirculating things. Hey, come on, dupes. You've got nothing else to do now. Oh, actually, technically they do. That will be next project on the agenda. They're still going to be stocking up these containers with igneous rock. I've actually run them out of a whole bunch of igneous rock. Basically, I've been running them around on tasks. Ooh, 8 Pacu. Actually, this is an excellent time to show you a little trick. We are going to open this door. We are going to get a food trap, and we are going to get a fish trap right about, yeah, there's fine. And we're going to get a fish trap and put it about there. It's about fine. Uh, I'll have to move this gas vent. Oh, we want a regular gas vent. Deconstruct you. Now, a weird thing is Pacu fish, they don't just go for water, they go for fish traps. So what we can do here, actually let's use mesh tiles and deconstruct you as well. I'm going to put a fish trap up here, spawn the Pacu fish. They're going to flop towards the fish trap, fall off the edge, land down here, and then they're going to flop towards this fish trap. Well, that's the theory. Let's see if it works. Okay, just finish that off, and then we're going to spawn us some Pacu fish and see if they fall for our little plan. It's just I've seen ones where people have put drop doors below their gates or build a pool somewhere. You know what? Little chicane like this and a couple of fish traps for bait, you should be able to get the same effect, even if it just takes a little time. Okay, we're done. That's a straight down drop. There's nothing in the way. And let's spawn us some Pacu fish. 8 of them. Now, if the theory is correct, they should all start flopping this direction. Once they fall. Come on. There we go. Now, which way you guys gonna flop? Anyone want to place bets? Or you're just gonna lie there and do nothing? Okay. Oh no, they've started moving. Maybe they can't flop. Oh no, they can flop through doors. They'll get there eventually. There he goes. They land at the bottom. Now they've decided they're going to take a quick right. Come on. Actually, while we're at it, we're going to set up a little Pacu farm down here. Now, shipping. Auto sweeper. Okay, I'm going to have to place the auto sweeper minimum there. Right, so if that goes there, I'm going to need to place a wall in. Right about here. Pacu fish have this wonderful quirk of all the critters in the game. Most critters, if you put too many of them in an area, they overcrowd, and the moment they're overcrowded, they get a cramped debuff and they can't drop eggs. For example, if we check these stone hatches right now, they are glum because its needs aren't being met. Probably, I know, food? No, it's got food. Overcrowded, there's too many critters in the same room, so it's -5 happiness, and cramped. This room will become overcrowded once all nearby eggs hatch, because there's an egg in there. And that overcrowded debuff reduces reproduction rates by 100%. Basically, they go back to being the same as a normal hatch for reproduction rates, as in 100 cycles they'll drop 1 egg. Cramped, reproduction rate -100%. Oh, yeah, that's the cramped debuff that does the to them. So what you can do with Pacu fish is you can I could dump 1,000 of them in here, and so long as the moment they drop an egg, I pull that egg out, all of them will keep reproducing as normal. So what we're going to do here is wall that in like that, and we're going to keep all our fish trapped in here. Yep, come on. Oh my god, he actually got into the fish trap. That is... Wow, okay, that's legendary. Good job, sir. Food. I should have placed that one higher. Fish release. Why would that not place there? Oh, fish trap's in the way. You know what? They're going to have to grab that guy and move him somewhere else. Nope, come on. Go towards the water. Yeah, perfect. I'm just going to put in a fish trap, but this time I'm going to put in the fish trap a little higher. There we go. Okay, you are not to swim through there until after... Swim any way there near that direction until that mesh tile is complete. Good fishy. Right. Deconstruct buildings. Ooh. Actually, you know what? I'll put in another little bit of ladders first before I deconstruct those. Sandstone supply. Yeah, much better. Actually, might as well standardize this sucker. Oh, and if you'll notice in here, all the water is about 24 to 26 degrees. That's because our icebox has been working overtime. In fact, if I put in a few more diamond temperature shift plates, I think we could do even better. Okay, where are the rest of our fish? Oh, they're still flopping around on top. Huh. Seems like a little fish trap is not working. How did you just flop through a door? That's kind of impressive. Not gonna lie, kind of impressed. So it seems the fish trap doesn't work. Maybe the doors are getting in the way. I used to remove the doors in the previous versions. You know what? We'll try that for now. I want to see if removing the doors actually causes those fish to flop around. It's just nice to know while we're playing. Now, down here, deconstruct. I want to get rid of all these buildings. And so I can move that down. So what I want to do is place a sweeper here, have that sweep up all the eggs, and then I want to dump them onto a conveyor system. And then have those eggs stay somewhere so that when they're finished, they can flop off and down into the water. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of a think about that, but there's a few things we can get out of the way before I need to pause. You can go there. Get rid of that. Stop getting yourself wet. One of you is going to get hypothermia if you keep this up. Okay, I'll just pause it there. I want to do a quick think about how exactly I'm going to arrange this Pacu farm. Okay, I had a bit of a think about this for a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do is have a possible breeding pool over here. This is going to be more of a demonstration. I don't like really doing this, but it is so incredibly useful. I think it really deserves a little bit of attention. We'll make everything out of sandstone for now because it's close by. Uh, so the first thing we're going to want to do is have a conveyor loader right, say, you know what, we'll have it here. This is going to have a little conveyor rail on it, and it's just going to dump eggs right up here. So this will be set to pick up all Pacu eggs. This sweeper will dump, anytime one of these Pacu lays an egg, it will get dumped in there. That egg will get dropped up here, and then when it hatches, it will flop off the edge and back into the pool. Because the eggs are not in the pool while the other fish are in there, none of these fish will become overcrowded, meaning I could fit in 1,000 Pacu in here. Well, okay, maybe not 1,000. The auto sweeper wouldn't be able to keep up with all the egg drops, but I could keep several hundred Pacu in here. They'll never get the overcrowded debuff, which means they'll all live 25 life cycles and keep going and going and going, meaning I can keep an enormous amount of Pacu in a very small area. That's also very close to my base where all my duplicates can pick up the eggshells and meat. And their eggshells are twice the size of all other critters. I think it's 2 kilos per eggshell. And since their life cycle is only 25 cycles, that means we can have quite a nice little excess lime. Now, another thing you can do is you can make a breeding pool for them. You basically stick one Pacu in here. Let's see. I'll put you about there. You have a breeding pool where you keep one Pacu and you feed it. You actually feed the Pacu. I know it sounds mental, but you feed it algae and it will keep reproducing. And those wild eggs that you get, or the tamed eggs you get, you dump them in here into this pool and they will keep reproducing. Wild Pacu or tamed Pacu don't die out. As in, they keep breeding. They don't run out of calories before they should or before they reach old age, so they will drop an egg first, meaning they can reproduce indefinitely. You could release them into the wild and they would survive just fine. So for shipping wise, we're going to get another conveyor loader over here. How are we going to do this? Actually, can you reach that one? No, you cannot. Can you reach that one? Yes. Okay, for shipping, we're going to want to have a shut off here and a conveyor rail system. Okay, what we're going to do here is we'll have the tamed one here. This tamed one is going to keep dropping eggs very rapidly. Anytime it drops an egg, we're going to dump it in here. And we're going to dump it across over to this side where it will drop down onto this plate. And then those extra eggs will hatch and jump in here and we'll have more Pacu. However, we want to keep one Pacu alive constantly, or one tamed Pacu fed and reproducing rapidly so we can keep increasing our numbers. So what we're going to do here is if there's no egg on this plate, we're going to dump an extra egg here. Well, this is in theory. I've never actually done one of these. I've seen several very complicated builds online. I just haven't got around to implementing one. But this seems like a very simple brute force solution to it. We are also, however, going to need a feeder. You need to feed these. Where is it? Critter lure. Fish feeder. Yeah, well, that's no good. We'll deconstruct you. So we'll put in a fish feeder here. You feed them algae. And we'll put in one Pacu over here to start. Where are the rest of this Pacu? They didn't make it, did they? Yeah, they're all over the place. You know what? Let's just stick down a few fish traps. Make things simpler for ourselves. Oh, there's no room anywhere else. How many's left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. So it seems the fish trap lures don't work. Oh well. Now, I'm going to need power to power this whole thing. How's that power brick down there coming along? Buggery on a stick. I really do get easily distracted, don't I? Let's start the mopping process. I have spilled so much crude oil. We're also going to have to mop that out of there. 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 Oh yes, we can still mop those chunks down there. Excellent. Nope. I want to mop over there too. think I got to it in time. One good thing is if you start mopping these before they get too big to be mopped, then even if they go above too big to be mopped, your duplicants can still mop them. Once the mopping is applied, it doesn't matter anymore. How's that looking over there? Yeah, that's a pretty tight airlock. We'll sweep all that out. I hope that comes out as well. If that doesn't come out, I might have to just leave it there. You can see it's consuming 94, 91 grams a second. What's the atmospheric pressure? Yeah, you see the oxygen in there is 191 grams, but the Wheezewort is only consuming about half of that. Wheezewort's only consuming about half the atmospheric pressure around them, a little bit under actually. Power. Oh, I want to get a fish drop off, don't I? I want to start dropping all the fish in here. Food. Yeah, I've been dropping them all in here. Once that's completed, I'll deconstruct this fish release. And then I'm going to actually transport all these fish from down here up to the centralized tank. It just makes life a little bit easier. All right, perfect. We got all that crude oil mopped up. That could have been way bigger of a mess. Oh, I'm also going to have to set this to something. If the pressure in here is above, say, 2 kilos, then you're going to send it an activation signal. That, wait, no, we're going to want below 2 kilos. Yeah, if the pressure is below 2 kilos, send an on signal. That means you don't have an egg, and we want an egg. Oh, maybe I should move that up one. My dupes are going to get their feet wet a lot coming in here. You know what? They're tough dupes. They can handle it. Power-wise. Yeah, I'm going to actually have to sort out the power grid in here at some point. That's up to potential power consume. 0? How is that at 0? Oh, wait, yeah, that's the power runoff. This one is at 2.64. This one is at 2.82. Oh, yeah, 2.64 it is. Actually, I'm going to make it out of copper. There we go. Now, you are going to be for pretty much all aquatic fish. We are going to make you a level 8. And we're going to deconstruct you. And now we're going to make sure no one dropped any fish anywhere. One of the annoying things about dupes getting called to lunch, if they're carrying a fish, they'll drop the fish on the ground, which is mildly unfortunate. The fish then flops around for a bit before eventually dying. Oh my god, have you guys not run into trapped yet? You know what, I can delete that shearing station. Don't need it anymore. I don't think I ever needed it. Perfect. Yeah, I'm still going to want to get one fish in here though, aren't I? To move that one fish in there. No fish feeder, we'll get a fish release. I'll dump one fish in here. Yeah, just one. I'll just dump the one fish in here, and then that should run our feeder station. For you, we are going to want Pacu eggs. Eggs. Allow manual use. Actually, yes, we will allow manual use just until we get one egg in there. Metal or organic refined metal. 1 second. Can't see what I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. Cup fry egg. Fry egg. Or tropical fish. Not picky. And you, we're not going to allow manual use on you. Basically, the next egg I get should go in there, and that should trigger that plate. Then once that egg hatches, it'll go in here, and we can actually start the process. I just stopped that one from dropping in a Pacu, didn't I? Never mind, actually. I'll hurry this along and just actually get one dropped in here. And stop being so wally about this. Now, how's the gas pressure down here? We're down to milligrams. Okay, we got a little bit more to go on that. Now, once the Pacu tank is ready, I am going to well, vacuum up all these fish. I'm going to put in a row of fish traps, and then I'm going to have them all moved up to here. But I'm going to do it at the start of the cycle. After everyone comes off lunch, I don't want anyone moving fish in the middle of the day. Whoa. Oh, no way. You can reach that? Okay, so that comes out there. This thing can actually access it. You know what? We are going to put a brick right there. That should stop all that shenaniganry. Have we messed up on this? Nope, we need to put in a bridge to give flow. Yes, we do. Oh, yeah. Shipping, rails. Give me a conveyor bridge. You, no more allowed manual use. Okay, for the very last time. That's the last time you're getting manual use. Okay, so that egg switches there, and it shuts that off. Now, once this bridge goes in here, the rest of the Pacu egg should get dumped across. How are you looking? There we go. So now our little Pacu eggs stay up there. I assume they still incubate even though they're outside of water. So incubation 80%, viability 99. Yep, they'll just keep going up. So 20% a cycle. One more cycle, those eggs will start hatching and dropping down there. Perfect. In that case, we will deconstruct you. We're going to replace you with a feeder. This egg up here is going to hatch and it's going to drop down here. And then we're going to stuff it full of food. And down here, oh, start a cycle. Let's catch us some fish. Right. That should do. Any that are left over I can deconstruct. Plus we've got enough plastic, we don't care. I'm almost up to 100 tons, which is about the point I'll turn them off. So I'll finish this up, and then we'll see about dumping some hydrogen in here, and we'll leave it at that, I think. We've got our battery brick up and running. And if you actually check out our battery brick, how's the end of it doing? Oh yeah, that last one still hasn't kicked in. I'm going to need to get some overflow natural gas maybe to pop the batteries up the rest of the way. But that is looking like a solid power plant right about now. 10 kilowatts from that, another 3.2 kilowatts from the natural gas, and then an extra 2.4 kilowatts from the emergency coal generators. Oh, and I want to get rid of that and put in a fifth coal generator. So for power, where was it? I'm going to run a power cable from down here, run that up here, and we can deconstruct all of these. And once that's done, I can disconnect that power transformer and stick in an extra coal generator. Also, my dupes are probably busy doing several dozen tasks. I keep assigning out too many tasks for them. Any fish left up here? No, we can deconstruct. Actually, I'll leave these fish traps here. I'm sure some more Pacu will show up at some point. Now, feeder. Uh, Now, I'm not going to run this for too long, otherwise I'll just be swamped in Pacu fish and my frame rate will go to hell. Can my dupes get across there? Yeah, two of. It'll be a little bit awkward, but they can manage. Now, one of the reasons I like to put the Pacu in the clean water tank is if I put them in my polluted water tank, it's going to end up really chilly down there. And eventually I'm going to get those icy Pacu fish that kind of, what is it they do? Oh no, did they bug out? But what the icy Pacu fish do is they turn polluted water into clean water, and it just becomes a complication where I've got clean water in my polluted water tank and I've got to sort it out. Yep, I've completely buggered up their AI. They have no idea what to do anymore. Maybe let's deconstruct some of these. Maybe if you only had one, you'd sort yourselves out? Yeah, this has been going on for a while. They're going to stack on top of each other. They won't drop eggs. They won't do anything. They're just going to all die out now. Ah, buggery. Yeah, please unfrel yourselves. Nope, nope, still going to stay stuck that way. You know what? Let's place a fish trap right on top of them and see if that makes a difference. No, it seems they're not moving. Yep, they're all going to die out now. Awkward. Oopsie. We're going to set to Pacu. Actually, they all eat the same thing. I'm not even sure why there's multiple options here. Let's just go with all. Okay, how long we got left in that egg? Okay, not even nearly enough time for that. Yeah, I'll line up the gas ventilation here so that we're ready to go when Yeah, we'll turn all those around. So I'll put in a gas pipe right about here. I'll amp the ventilation, have all the hydrogen ready to go, and we should be able to fill that up in the next video and have our little power brick. At which point we can really start actually doling out power to areas and deconstructing all those little nasty coal arrays I've got littered everywhere. And you. Oh, and we're going to need a quick gas shut off. No, wrong way. Okay, and you should be set to 3 kilos. Nice. Oh, automation wire. And power. Okay, this here is going to go out and power. Chunks of this are going to go power my main base so I can get it on mains power. I'm also going to run this off mains power. I'm going to switch that over as well. That should be a quick one. Just run a quick power cable up there. Done and dusted. I'm going to use some of them to actually run power cables over here so we can tame this cool steam vent. I want to get around to taming those. I've really left those on the long finger far too long. Some of them will probably go down to the oil biome, and some of them will probably go down here to help power this. And those poor fish, rip. I think they're pretty much going to die. I'll reload the game, see if that makes a difference, but I'm pretty sure they are going to be lagged out for an eternity now. And up here we are how close to having that egg come online? Ooh, 50%, so yeah, 2.5 cycles. We'll worry about that later. But we're going to run this system for a bit, probably about 50, 60 cycles, and see if it keeps increasing our Pacu population. Theoretically, it should go absolutely mental at this point. How much algae have we got to actually run them all? Filtration, organic. We have 109 tons of algae. I have 136 tons of slime. I can also refine if needs be, but I'm in no rush to do that. All right, we'll cut this out here. We've got power sorted. We've got polluted water sorted. We've got a battery brick up and running so we don't have to, so we can smooth out power flow. We almost have this plug socket up and running, and once we do, we're going to spread out all these power cables, get everything up and running, and then we're going to put in a main power spine. I'm going to run a main power spine up the center near my ladder system, and I'm just going to put a bunch of statues beside it, and we're also going to put in plastic transportation tubes as well so we can start moving around a little bit quicker. So, hope you enjoyed it, and good luck.